So, Roxy, what are you up to on November the 9th?
Well, Katie, I'm going to be attending Wedcon 2022. What about you?
Of course we are. So, Wedcon, we're going to be bringing 6 amazing speakers covering topics such as pricing, blogging, marketing and branding. There's going to be drop-in business clinics. There's going to be the opportunity to network with the two of us, isn't there?
Yeah, Wedcon 2022 is designed to inspire you, motivate and teach new strategies to grow your wedding business, and we want to see you there.
We can't wait. So if you've not got your ticket yet, make sure you hop over and reserve it now. There's limited tickets available. You need to head to theweddingbusinesshub.com/Wedcon, November the 9th. Save the date. This year it's in Birmingham.
Hello, welcome back to the Web Pro podcast. It is Monday morning. You'll be listening to this podcast on Tuesday. Don't know what I'm saying.
Horror. We don't record live.
Don't know where I was going with that, but it's really great to have you here on this lovely Monday/Tuesday.
I'm Casey. She's Roxy. Let's get down to business. How are you, Mrs. Bond?
Oh, do you want the real answer or do you want the pretend one that everyone go, yeah, okay? It's Monday and I feel like it's Friday, and that's terrible. But I'm sure I'll be okay.
Real answer. It is World Mental Health Day, so real answer, please.
Oh, fantastic. I don't know what should I go. Maybe I've just not had a restful weekend because we had. I was babysitting my great niece on. I don't feel old enough for that. My great niece on Saturday.
Oh, great niece. What relation is that?
Is that not like my niece's daughter? Is that not a great niece?
Oh.
So the husband's niece, Danielle, her daughter, Mia. She's only 2. I've not looked after a little tiny person for a long time. It was so nice. I was like, oh my God.
Exhausting.
Yeah, exhausting because you have to watch them constantly, which I literally was like, oh my life, Chris, I cannot believe that.
And then I bet all the stuff that you would have done, like cupboards, sockets and all of that, obviously.
The fact that I've got a ginormous dog, I was like, my life, like as soon as I go in thinking, how am I going to do this with the dog? All went absolutely fine, but it's just all that brain process. And then Sunday we had family over. They've got a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old, and it was just chaos and mayhem. And then I went to sleep and woke up and it was school run.
Sounds very upset. I'm just doing my makeup, everybody, so I'm recording this podcast and putting my face on at the same time, which I don't always do. I never do this, but I'm on a tight deadline today. I've got to go and do an airport pickup in a minute. But I have had no children. Tell us about
your weekend.
I've been home alone. So
you went out with the school mums, right? You went out with the school mums.
Yeah, that was eventful. Oh my God, I'm just old vibes. And actually, there was a table next to us of women. I think they were out for a 60th birthday, and they stayed out later than we did. So we booked a restaurant at 6:15.
Yeah.
And there were 7 of us. Originally 9, so we booked the table for 9, but two had unfortunately had to cancel. And they put us on a table that was like a 2-person table, and they put 2 together, so for 4 people. And we were like, oh, just so you know, there's more people coming. And they were like, oh yeah, this is the only place we can put you. We're really sorry. We've got another booking for 9 in this big booth, which would have fit 18 to be fair. So we can't move you. We're fully booked tonight. So we were like, oh, okay. Seeing as we're quite cramped and we're eating at dinner, could we have like a free dessert? So he was like, oh no, great customer service. We can't do a free dessert, which would have been like £2 for some ice cream, but we can do you like another round of cocktails that are like 2 for 1 offer, which finished at 6. So we're like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And then 6:30, the Ibiza DJ started.
Oh,
the lights went down. We were all eating.
So you're there eating your steak
in the dark, and I couldn't hear the person opposite me. I couldn't hear the person like diagonally opposite me. The only people I could hear was the lady next to me and
either side. Yeah.
So the waitress came over you couldn't even hear the waitress, and I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. And he was right next to us. I'm talking, there was like a 2-foot gap. I could have touched him. With Ibiza, doof, 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 doof. So yeah, she was like, oh no, sorry, it's like this all the time, we can't turn it down. But she said, oh, pardon, and I was like, yeah, this is my point. Exactly. But then the bill came, and it worked out like we got a £1.35 discount. So like, yeah, and it was a shame actually, because it looked like a nice venue, the food was reasonable, it tasted nice. It's 6 o'clock.
Sounds like they've got the timings off, haven't they? They've literally got the timings off. It should be like music from 9, 8:39. That's plenty.
Yeah. So if we'd have been sat downstairs, it would have been a little bit better. And then we went to a bar, but it was quite early. It was only about 8:30, so we were like the only people in the bar. And then it got to like 10. That's my limit. Good night. Thank you very much. 3 drinks in. Headache's already starting. Need to go to bed.
You sound like me when I was at your birthday when we went out, and I was like, I've got a headache, I want to go home. And you remember, and you was all like raring for it, and I was like, I'm not feeling
it. Gets to that point, doesn't it, where you either have to decide you're going to get drunk, and then the shoes stop hurting, and you're like, and I was at that like little limit. And then so yeah, we decided to go. So this was at 10:30. So I was in bed by 11, already with a headache, and then I've still got a headache 2 days on from I had 3 drinks, everybody. 3 drink cake.
Well, I'm going out with the school mums this weekend coming, so I'll have to let you all know how I get on. We're only going to like local pubs, and they've got a band on. Excuse Katie's naughty dog. She's like, stop speaking, and we'll edit it out. we'll edit it out.
Go from I'm going out with the school mums.
Yeah. So I'm going out with the school mums this weekend coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, even though it's like it always fills me with dread, thinking what's it going to be like. But I know one of the school mums actually listens because she's got a wedding business. Hi, Emma.
Oh, hi.
But I am looking forward to it. It's at like our local pubs, which is nice. They've got a band on, and I've missed so many of the school mum nights out because I just don't know, like one thing after the other. Apparently there's like dancing on the table. These mums are crazy. We're all very different mums.
A lot of these mums are on the same vibe as me, like, oh, are we leaving now? It's like, yes, we are.
Nanny mums, let's call you nanny mums. I'm very good at getting like carried away, so once I start having a few, who knows where it'll end up. And I need to enjoy myself. It's been a while since I've like let my hair down completely. Right, shall we jump into today's topic? She's literally putting a makeup on. I should take a photo and then share it on our Instagram. That's what I'm gonna do.
I am multitasking.
Who even knows if it's gonna look okay?
I know, because it's not the best mirror, is it? Using the screen that we record from.
Yeah, I'll share that on the Instagram story tomorrow. So have a look.
Right, before we get into the topic, I need to tell you about my Wedcon dream.
Oh
so
yeah.
We're like 1 month away from Wedcon now, and I'm starting with the like anxiety dreams of, we're obviously arranging this big event, Wedcon. Hopefully loads of you are coming. Can't wait. We are quite organised, so I don't know why like I'm getting these little niggle dreams. Oh, pause. Remind me after this pod, I've got to tell you something that we need to order.
Writing it down.
Write it down. So this is why these dreams are good, because they're like, oh, you forgot this. But yeah, we are quite organised. So in my dream last night anyway, people were rocking up early. The non-VIPs were getting the VIP goodie bags, which meant we didn't have VIP goodie bags for the VIPs. I was like, what's going? I think we were still putting out tables. And then people were turning up and just sitting like in rows rather than at the tables. And then they were all like in the goodie bags, getting all the stuff out. And I was like, what's going on? And then I couldn't find you, and you were in the corridor crying. Then Terry Lewis was on. I had a dream about Terry Lewis. Terry Lewis was on the stage with like raving music, and people were trying to like take pictures, selfies with Terry. And I was like, we're on a really tight schedule, guys. Can we do pictures afterwards, please? Can we do the pictures? It was just chaos. And you were in the, and then they kept on coming up to us and saying, okay, who's the vegan? Who's the, like, the venue were coming up and asking about the food. And it was like 10 o'clock in the morning and they'd made the food. And you were in a corridor crying.
That sounds about right. No, I'm joking. I will not be in a corridor crying.
And then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't get back to sleep.
It's gonna go fine. It's gonna go fine. It's gonna go fine.
Did this happen last time? I can't remember. Like,
yeah, I remember us having like Wedcon anxiety dreams. But it's going to go really well. You know, it's been a long time coming, so it's only natural that we're going to have these feelings. I've just got mass anxiety about the tech. I don't know why, because it's like basically. Yeah, so if you see me running around looking mental on the day, whoever's coming, who's listening, just be like, do you want some help with the tech? It's only because of what happened last time. We had to go and buy that massive HDMI cable. I was a cow to the lady in the shop a little bit. You remember?
No, I can't remember. The funny thing about the last time we did this was that, do we have to set up the day before? We went over the day before, didn't we? Because I think we needed to set up, whereas this time we're setting up on the morning. So we went over the day before and then we like did a run through and they didn't have the cable that they told us they had. So we had to go on like a recce to go and find one.
And it was like 90 quid.
Yeah, we were starving as well, weren't we? And I'd not eaten beef for 2 years and we like pulled into a McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
Ordered the first thing like on the menu.
Give me food. And
then I bit into it. Like I don't know if I'd like eaten half 3/4 of it. And I was like, oh my God, I don't eat beef. So yeah, that was that.
It's gonna be great. Honestly,
it's gonna be great. We're
really not filling you with very much confidence if you're listening, but honestly, like this is you all know what it's like when you've got like maybe even a wedding fair or something a little bit out of the ordinary coming up. All those thoughts just come filtering in.
I think it's because we care. It blatantly is because we care, and you know we're less than a month, which is absolutely crazy. We don't even have our hotel booked yet, so that's something that we need to do today.
I was looking at that last night. But I was like, I don't know where. I don't know Birmingham at all, so
get it on the list. And yeah, so yeah, we're looking forward to it. Anyway, let's deep dive into our topic. Thank you for sticking with us while we had our little catch up over the weekend. We've not seen each other. Today, we're obviously like in this period now where wedding season's coming to a little bit of an end and thoughts already are turning to engagement season. So yeah, today we wanted to talk about the things that you need to be doing and thinking about to be able to get yourself ready for engagement season, which is obviously coming up.
It is.
Time, but I've already had 2 proposals in my family.
I've had a friend. One of my husband's friends took his newish partner to Paris, and I said to Chris, "I bet you any money he's going to take her up the Eiffel Tower and he's going to propose." And he did, and I thought that's so sweet. So yeah, it's coming, and I bet you guys listening, you've got friends, family that are popping the question. Engagement season is upon us. You've had 2 engagements.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice. It is nice. But obviously, typically, like a third of all engagements are happening between kind of Christmas and Valentine's Day. And although, yes, we've just come out of a really busy season and it is time for you to just zen and get back into the zone and, incorporate some self-care. Or you might be somebody that's kind of listening and thinking, do you know what, I didn't have as busy of a wedding season as everybody else. And, all over the forums and the internet, everybody was saying, oh my word, this is my busiest year ever. And maybe you weren't that person and that had that, but let's not stick in that space. These are the things that we need to be doing to be able to get yourself ready for when the new couples start to be Googling, researching, following you on Instagram. And we know in this industry especially, that people are researching before they are booking.
Oh, wow.
Ridiculously.
I read
a fact that couples are only going to view mostly one venue Sometimes two, and then they're making a decision after visiting one or maybe two. So they're doing all of their research at home on social media, websites, Facebook, Instagram, checking out past couple photographs, all of that sort of stuff, which really tells us, isn't it, that we need our socials to be looking on point and kind of giving the best reflection of your business. And that's one of the points, isn't it, that we wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, so the first point that we're going to talk about is freshening up your online presence. Exactly what you're talking about there. Does the online version of your business represent your business? Is it true to what you do? Maybe your branding's changed. I don't know. Maybe even the way that you kind of word yourself or like present yourself on your social medias, is it still in line with how you run your business? Things have changed over the last few kind of years, so it's really worth now going and auditing your website. Take a look at your digital footprint and looking to make sure that it is on point, because you want those couples that when they're landing on your socials or landing on your website to then go from looking to booking, from there to there.
Yeah, I think the things you need to be thinking about there is, are your photographs up to date? You know, are we showing the best version of your work? So rather than just, I don't know, let's say you're a sweet cart business, or you are a wedding DJ, rather than just showing the item of what you do, the sweet cart in the corner, which looks great, or your DJ setup, we need to get couples imagining what that's like in the whole room. So you need to be having photographs, I would say, of a packed out dance floor, and people having a good time, and that sweet cart looking beautiful in a beautiful setting, and perhaps people, maybe kids, like filling up the bags or whatever it is. But making sure that the photographs that you're representing are the best. Are they the best ones you have? Are they professional? Do they capture you at your best? Does it capture that emotion? So that when people are kind of looking through, it's just not another sweet cart when they've seen like 1,000 of those already.
You've got to bring it to life. You've got to use the emotions of wedding planning into your advantage, because it's a very emotional purchase when couples
and also think about, would a couple know what they're looking at? And I think this is something that we can often forget, like especially if you work with quite technical equipment, whatever it is that you do. I'm going to use that DJ example again, or maybe you're a musician or however it is. Would they know if you're kind of showing them your setup?
Yeah,
what they're looking at, do you know what I mean? So yeah, make sure that the photographs you have, yes, if it's important to you and you think that that's important to your couple and your ideal client to have that kind of picture of the sweet cart or of the chair sashes that you do or whatever it is, just as they are, then yes, but also make sure that those first photographs that they see are of that whole room or the vibe that you want to get. So go on.
Okay. Speaking of photographs, that you've got to make sure as well that like you were saying, there are current photographs. You don't want to be having like photographs knocking about that's maybe got something on there that you don't even do anymore, because that's not going to be great for couples to go, oh okay, like I've seen this that you do, and you go, oh no, sorry, actually we do this now instead. You've got to make sure that all your pricings or all your services are actually correct. And it's very common actually to skip that one out. Just kind of go and have a look, take a cross section of your socials and your website and your Google My Business, and make sure all the information is exactly the same, to avoid confusion, I don't know, you might lose a client because something's not quite right there. And prices, and we're going to cover prices a little bit on one of the other points, but make sure they're the same across all of your digital footprint as well. You don't want to be talking to a client thinking, yes, I've got this booking, when actually, oh gosh, to run about like a different price or like an offer that's not valid anymore. You've got to just make it easy, make it clear, make it correct all the way through.
Yeah. I think when you're looking through your website, and this is something that we see quite common when we're reviewing people's digital footprint, or whether people are coaching with us or having an audit with us, to really think about your language on your site as well. Like you know, we know that couples do a lot of research. You don't want to sound like everybody else. You really want to sound like you. Do you sound like the celebrant you are, and one that couples would be excited to book with you and to get in touch with? Is the language that you're using your language? Does it sound like you? Are you using the words that you use? But a lot of the time we see sites that are quite corporate, and they've got quite a corporate feel, very unattached from the person behind the business. And in this industry, that's not the right approach. People want that kind of personal feel. Is the text on your website up to date? What's going on with the references and the testimonials that you've got on there? Are they up to date within the last sort of 12 months, 6 months ideally? If there's old testimonials on there from kind of more than 3 years ago, you need to be looking to get kind of more up-to-date ones.
Yeah.
Are the links on your site working? And
we see all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. Broken links that don't go anywhere, or kind of 404 error pages, don't look the best. And does your website work on a mobile as well as a desktop? Most of your clients will be viewing your website, probably they found you on social media and then they're checking it out on their phones. Most people plan their weddings on their phones now, so it needs to be mobile friendly and quick to load. I'm always somebody that if a website is really slow to load, I know now I don't have to wait for this. I can go and find what I want somewhere else. Like, not much is unique anymore, is it? So check your contact form, fill in your own contact form every once in a while and just check that that is working. Does it go where you need it to go? Does it come through instantly? Does it come through in jargon, or is it all, you know, how it needs to be, so that you get all the correct information in there? And then get a friend to just test that out for you as well, because sometimes, and this happens to us some of the time as well, doesn't it? Some emails can go to spam.
Yeah.
It's worth you just checking, you know, are your emails landing where you need them to land, and are you checking all of the places for those? So it's just like a little health check of your website. While we're talking about this point as well, let's just talk about the next one that we wanted to, which is about making it easy for couples to contact you.
Have you got call to actions on your website? Where are they? Are they easy to find? Are you making it easy for them to be able to get hold of you? And that goes for your socials as well. What mechanisms, what things have you got in place for them to be able to get in touch with you?
Yeah, you need to make sure that your contact information is super easy to find. So if you put that on your footer, on your website, and then in your social media, it maybe in your bio or on Facebook on the left-hand side where you've got kind of the contact information, make sure that's up to date. Yeah, you don't need to be putting your contact information on every post that you publish, but you do need to make use of the inbuilt contact areas on Facebook and Instagram. So your call to action button on Instagram, if you want that to link to your form, or you want that to link to a booking appointment through a third-party app, or if you want it to DM you, whatever it is, just test it, make sure that the information is quick and easy to find. And also on your website, make sure that your contact page is included in your menu. Couples do not want to go hunting for that. I'm a big fan of popping your email address somewhere on your website that's easy to find as well. I know some of you won't want to do that for like fear of getting a lot of spam, but I'm a huge advocate of having an email address or contact form on most of the pages of your website. So maybe you can put an email address in the footer as well.
Got to make it super easy. If they've got a hunt, if I had to hunt, I'm sorry, but exactly like you say, you're going to go somewhere else. There's lots of choice out there for couples. So what's going to make you stand out to the rest? Like, what is it? And it's by making sure that all these things are on point. Shall we talk about social media as one of the points? Because so you're going to be, I'm guessing, chatting to a lot of newly engaged couples coming up, wedding fairs, etc. They are going to check you out on social media. That is what they're going to do. And what are they going to see when they get there? That's a really important point. It's kind of your socials are like your shop window, like a look inside of your business. So what are they going to find? Are they going to find tumbleweed? Because if they're going to find tumbleweed, they're probably going to assume that you're not even in business anymore, or something along those lines. So you've got to make sure that you are consistently putting great value out there with your content. Now, I'm not just talking like, here's a couple, here's a product, here's a service that I offer. You've got to be chucking out loads of great value stuff that your ideal couples are going to want to be looking at, else they're just going to go on to the next person.
Think about where they are in the kind of planning process as well. These are people that are kind of early on in the planning process, so they're going to be kind of wanting that helpful information. And you know, some of you listening to this will think, oh, you know, I'm not somebody that couples book straight away. You know, I'm a DJ, a musician, or a makeup artist, or something like that comes further down the line. But now's the time where, you know, couples are kind of pulling together vision boards, planning boards, kind of getting all their ideas, following the accounts, so that when it comes to the time where they're thinking to book, the research is already in place. So having good quality information, not the posts that are all like, buy my stuff, book my service, because that just turns people off.
They're not going to engage with you, therefore the algorithm isn't going to show you to them. So then it's the pointless exercise. So just don't do it. So
it's
the just kind a waste of time.
Yeah, think about, you know, the blogs that you can be writing that kind of encourages people to sign up to your email list, or kind of a lead magnet that you could have on your website that then gets you their email address so that you can follow up with them a little bit closer to their wedding. If you can get their email address and the date of their wedding, or when they're thinking about getting married, you've then got that control and you can kind of reach back out to them. And inside of an email as well, it's so much like more personable, and secondly, less noise, less competition. Like there's less, you know, posts from their friends and family.
You are in their inbox. You have their attention.
Yeah. So, you know, think about the blogs that you can write now that can be quite helpful. Then promote those on your channels, which will help newly engaged couples. Give them a better understanding of your expertise, kind of your position in the market, and a better understanding of what you do. And if you struggle to come up with ideas, or you think, girls, my God, like I do not have time to blog, or I don't enjoy it, or I'm not really good at writing, or I wouldn't know where to start, we'll pop a link down in the comments for you to join our content club. We'll put 2. So for those of you that want to join Content Club, where we provide you with a choice of 5 blogs every single month, and you can take all 5 if you want, and you can schedule them out like once a week, or if you're somebody that only kind of want to post 1 a month, we kind of give you 5 so that you can use the one that's best fitted to your business. But also we've got another product where we give you 12, so you can purchase 12 upfront. That's kind of a low cost one-off price, and then you've got blogs for the rest of the year, and we've done all your images, we've done all your promotion, all of that for you. So yeah, if you're somebody that thinks I struggle to come up with ideas, or I'm not motivated, or you know, I just don't have the time or the willpower or whatever it is, we'll pop the links in the show notes and you'll be able to go and grab that. But what you kind of need to be thinking about is making sure, now we've got a little bit of time before engagement season proper kicks in, is that you have got a plan and a schedule of your content in a way that your posts are mixed and varied, and not just promotional and sell. Have a think as well, like about your content pillars. If you are theming your post, think about what you want to say, how you want to say it, and it'll just be great to engage those couple for the upcoming engagement season.
I think like you were saying about, you know, maybe you struggle with coming up with content. Those our content club and the blog toolkit are amazing. But go and look what you've already got out there. If you've got some blogs, can you repurpose that content? Like repurposing content is such a great way of using what you've got already. And you know, maybe you've got some metrics going on of how well it's performed. So go and look at what worked well this time last year, or probably not this time last year, but when wedding season, when engagement season was last kind of booming. But go and take a look at your past stuff that worked well, repurpose it.
Yeah, but for the love of God, repost it, update the photos.
Yeah.
Don't just
repurpose it. Don't just reshare it.
Yeah, from 2 years ago.
Never do that.
You're just going to look out of touch. So another point for you to do is for you to just have a little look, spend a little time thinking about and looking and researching what's going to be the next big thing. So if, you know, The colour of the year will be being announced towards the end of the year as well. So maybe incorporating a few of, if you've got any style sheets coming up, maybe putting those sorts of suggestions forward so that you're keeping on top of relevant trends, or, you know, sharing Pinterest board ideas. If it's all going to be pampas grass and natural tones next year, and, you know, shabby chic is out, it's just important for you to keep kind of a little eye on what is trending and what is coming up. Now, absolutely stay true to yourself. So if you are somebody that does not want to touch that stuff, and that's not your bride, that's not your couple, and, you know, your couple is looking for more alternative, edgy stuff, there will still be new things going on there. So what I'm saying is, whatever it is that is true to your business, true to your style, true to your niche, or maybe you're somebody that, like a celebrant, that kind of, you know, lots of weddings will come to you with lots of different styles. So it's more important then that you've just got an eye on what's trending, so you can incorporate that into stuff, so that when people are searching for that next thing, you're coming up and you're already ahead of that. So you've already got the hits to your website, you've already got those keywords in there, you're using posts on social media with those keywords in as well, which are now searchable on Instagram as well. So you need to be incorporating these things into your posts, so that when people are searching on Instagram, and people are using Instagram now for ideas, like we would have done Google and Pinterest years ago, you can shop straight from Instagram now, which is amazing, the same as you can from Pinterest as well. So it is important that you've got an eye on what's kind of up and coming and what people are going to be searching for, so that you can kind of litter your content with those keywords, so that you are popping up in those relevant places.
My final point is to look at your prices. This is something, you know, that needs doing every single year. Just, you know, cost of living has gone up, so your prices should replicate that. And this is something we covered in depth on one of our previous podcasts that you can go and check out now. But definitely get this one organised before your new cohort of engaged couples come through.
Yeah, it's not a call to suddenly kind of massively raise your prices in any way just because you're coming up to a busy engagement period, or on the other hand, dropping your prices either, so that you can kind of look more attractive. You don't want to be known for being cheap. But with this approaching period, we're just encouraging you to review your pricing strategy. And that also just means looking at everything connected to your pricing. Is it clear what your couples get from you? Is your pricing clear? Is it clear to your couples what they don't get? Do you offer packages? Is it time to offer packages? Would having packages on your website be better for variable couples and their budgets? We were just talking about cost of living. Would that be more appealing to your couples going into this kind of next period?
Even payment plans, things like that as well.
Yeah, are your packages clear and transparent? Are your prices easy to find on your website? Talking again about that kind of website review. Don't make couples search around unnecessarily to find out how much you cost. And if you don't currently display your prices on your website, maybe you want to rethink this. Making couples contact you just to kind of get a price is putting an extra hurdle in the way of them getting in touch with you. And also as well, you can block out some of the couples that you don't want to work with by displaying your prices. So you may never know how many couples didn't contact you just because your price wasn't clearly stated on your website. Even if you're somebody that does packages, or maybe you offer bespoke work or custom work and your prices is variable, at least put a from price on your site. It just gives people an idea. Do as much as you can to help couples get a good idea of who you are and how much you cost before they reach out for you. And it just makes that start of your journey together much clearer, easier, and everybody's expectations are properly managed there as well.
That's right. I think, and on that note, that is the end of today's podcast. It's been great watching you, Kate. Put your makeup on. I've missed your face, so.
Thanks. I'm a multitasker. But before you rush off and do everything, don't forget to just sit and make a plan. Plan out your marketing, plan your content, plan your website, review your website, review your pricing, and use this time wisely now, just before we kind of go into that busy period with the fast approaching engagement period coming up. Just use your time wisely so that you can plan your business over the next few months, so that your business runs cohesively and with a great plan of action, because when you've got a plan as well, you're much calmer. I know that when we have a plan and we have goals that we are working towards, we are much clearer, and we're actually much more likely to hit those goals when we set them. And actually, here's a kick up the backside for the two of us, because we haven't been as probably since the summer period, actually. So we normally take a break over the summer, so I think we were very like goal focused before the summer. We've had this period off over the summer, and we haven't been so goal focused since we've come back, and I think circumstances have meant that we haven't worked together. So me and Roxy are going to do this as well, so I would encourage you to join us over the next week or so in kind of setting what you want to achieve in your business over the next quarter, how many bookings that you want to get in, and then what does that look like to you in terms of inquiries. If you're somebody that is converting only 1 in 3 of your inquiries, perhaps, you've got 2 choices there. You either want lots more couples contacting you, so how can you get your message out there, how can we encourage people to contact you, or you're somebody that's going to want to work on that conversion rate and how you can get couples to contact you more. So a great idea for that is, and this is something that actually, it's still inside Content Club as a freebie, isn't it, where people can get like a welcome pack and kind of customize that welcome pack.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, so kind of give couples kind of an understanding of your business, how you work, how you operate, what it's going to cost them, how they get in touch with you, and it's got everything in there that you might have forgotten, just to make that journey as smooth as possible. And it really sets you out. It really sets you apart as well. And if you're somebody that maybe needs to improve their conversion rate, another thing for you to look at is your responses and your email responses. We've got some templates inside of our shop, and we know that that really helps the clients that we work with and people that have purchased that in the past. It's like a $5, isn't it? So it's not very much at all. But it's just got common frequently asked questions that your couples might be thinking about asking. It's got common ways to kind of pull people back into the process if that lead's gone cold or couples have started to ghost you. But these are the things that you want to get into place now, so that when engagement season comes around and you're starting to get those inquiries, you're not getting ghosted and you are converting more of those inquiries to be able to hit those goals. And what I wanted to say is that when you've got a plan of action as well, you're able to review that and see if you're on track. We normally would do that on a Monday morning, wouldn't we? And we need to kind of schedule that back into our diaries, so that we work together every Monday morning. No more airport runs for me, no more doctor's calls for you. We need to be like checking out that plan, don't we?
Yeah.
Because actually, when we do have that plan, we are more likely to kind of hit what we want to hit, and we achieve what we want to achieve.
Oh,
when we set those income goals, more often than not, we hit them or surpass them, don't we? Because then we are like, oh, okay, I know what I need.
Like, I love a goal, and then when you start smashing it, it's like you get a taste for it and you want more. And I have to say, actually, I don't know about you, but planning's not always been the easiest thing for me. I'm more of like a flippant kind of person, but when we get intentional, I'm gonna swear, shit happens.
Oh yeah, you hate it, don't you? You always get like huge anxiety when we do it.
I get like list overwhelmed, but you have to start with like the big goal and then work backwards from that. Like, what do I need to do to get to that end?
So what we would normally do is we'd normally do like a 6-month forecast, wouldn't we, where we'd say, right, how many clients are we going to take on in this next 6 months, how much revenue do we want to make, how many events do we want to hold, and we would kind of break all that down. Now, you don't need to do that if you don't want to, but I think, to be honest, I wouldn't be doing this podcast justice or a service to you if I didn't say, look, we're going into a rocky period, like mortgages are increasing, cost of living, petrol's increasing, everything's going up, energy bills, etc. And you know I want to have a good understanding of what money is coming into my household in terms of, you know, what I can put aside, what I can afford for the children's school trips and things that are coming up that we want to do. So it is a good idea to plan out as far ahead as you can and to think, right, what do I need to bring into my household to stand still, if you like,
to feel secure, that security.
The mortgage is paid and the bills are paid, and what does that look like in weddings? I think that once it's done and we sit and review that weekly, we normally sit and review that weekly, don't we? And we affirmate about it.
We write some affirmations in there, don't we, as well, to put, because for me, like Kate said, it can feel a little bit like, oh god, it's only because I'm not a planner. I don't know why. I just do things on the whim. My husband hates that, by the way. But like whacking the affirmations in there, you know, I am worthy, but like whatever it is, really, really helps me.
Yeah, and I think that's another way to kind of look at that place in the middle between kind of the woo and the do. So I find that affirming, it's not just about putting it out to the universe and saying, hey, universe, make all this stuff happen for me now because I've said it. It's actually then I understand what I want, so then what am I going to do to achieve that? And it's that balance between the woo, which is all that universe stuff in terms of like, if I
put it out there, universe,
I do it in my shower. So when I have my shower, here we go, here's an insight into Katie Lidd's life. I will think about the income that I want to make this year, and I will write it in my shower door every day.
I like it.
Which is just a nice way for me to kind of understand, like, that's how much I want to make, and for me to be intentional and be thinking about it. And we've talked about vision boarding, so it doesn't need to be like this big plan like we normally do on a massive piece of paper, don't we? But we also vision board, and we vision board what we want to achieve. Sometimes at the start of the year, sometimes we might be going into a project and we might just do it for the project, and that's a nice way to look at it as well.
Yeah, I think for us, because we've got a lot of different outlets of our business, like it's mega important that we get it all out and on paper, because can get a little bit lost, can't we? Like, do a bit over here, do a bit over there. So just get intentional with your plans and smash them.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. And if you need a little bit of a helping hand, you know where we are. You can go back and listen to some of the other podcasts. We did one on raising prices. I think that was the last one that we did, didn't we? So you can go back and listen to that one if you're somebody that's thinking about raising your prices and you don't know where to start with that, or you need help kind of structuring your packages or anything like that. And if you need any extra help, you can kind of book into us to work one-to-one with us, if that's just a one-off session, so that we can just kind of review everything, so that it's in the best place it can be just before engagement season. That's absolutely fine. And if you want to work with us on a little bit more of a more kind of regular basis, you can do that as well. So whether that looks like coaching to you and you need somebody to kind of be here for you, motivate you, hold you accountable,
accountability,
getting that plan in place, and you just need a little bit of structure, a little bit of help with that, we can do that. We can do that in person, we can do that virtually, however you want to do it. Remember as well, those of you that are coming to Wedcon, come and speak to us and use us and say, girls, like, you know, Wedcon is like a month before we're kicking off into Christmas, engagement season, and all of that malarkey, New Year. We need these to be looking beautiful and to be singing. We need socials to be singing. So come and speak to us at Wedcon. You know, it's going to take you 2 seconds to just get your Facebook profile out, your Instagram out, and we're happy to give you tips. It's not going to cost you anything extra, just your ticket. Yeah, and just come and use us. That's what we're there for. We absolutely love this. We live for it. We're like,
we live and breathe it. We love it.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope you have found this Cray Cray podcast very helpful. It's been a journey. It's been a journey today.
It's been a bit of a weird one. This is like insights into our life.
It is. But it shows that we are human and we are here for it, and we love you all. Like this, doesn't matter whether we're feeling fantastic or a bit crappy, we are here giving you the information.
I don't know why. Could someone medical please tell me that? Why is this possible? I'm still hanging. And
you've probably not drank enough fluid. You need to get some hydration in you. You're not a good drinker, I know that. You don't drink enough of the water.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Go and drink a pint. Go and neck a pint of water. You'll feel better.
I'm very tired. The dog was a naughty doggy in the night twice.
Right, we are rambling on. It's been great. We shall speak to you all very soon.
Next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.